A lot of people asked how to put in a tampon. So we're gonna demonstrate it right now. I have a tampon.
Here we go. Got him.
Your hand is gonna be a vagina.
Usually is.
The last question is first time with each other. What was it like? And yeah, I just came over and we watched a movie.
The first time we hung out, she told me explicitly. Alright guys, you read the title, and that is exactly why we are going to start this video off strong by devouring this banana. Slowly, over time, as we tell the story. So, for those of you that thought I was about to whip it out and deep throat it, sorry. Not on this channel, but perhaps in the future.
Can I have a bite?
No.
I'm really hungry.
No. No. She does this to me all the time, and I never know what it means, and it's usually only when I'm naked and hopping out of the shower.
Can I actually have a bite?
Are we getting?
I'm nervous.
It only took 2 seconds to get the thumbnail, guys. That's awesome.
I got nervous, so.
Why?
I don't know. I was afraid someone was going to like screenshot that and like make an edit.
Girls will make an OnlyFans or like do some really weird shit, but they're embarrassed to eat a damn banana.
Not
man.
me.
Pick your battles more wisely, all right?
Okay.
Like
you guys read the title. We're doing girl talk. Me and you, we're doing girl talk. If you're a girl, I'm a girl. Girl talk. But the difference is Jack is going to be here witnessing and probably saying something sarcastic.
I'm just here to piss everyone off. But I will say that I don't know really what the video is. JC just said we're going to talk about fucking. So
I never said that. I said
did.
we're going to sit down and we're just going to make you uncomfortable.
Which means we're going to talk about fucking.
We're not talking sometimes.
We're talking about the dirty wrestling without the wrestling.
Not the whole video. Okay, I asked you guys on my Instagram to send me some TMI girl talk questions, and you guys did that. So the first question is my first kiss story.
Skip. That's fucking boring. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear about.
Have you heard about my first kiss before?
Why would I? Actually, yeah, I feel like I have.
Yeah, no, you haven't. I don't think I've ever told you.
And that's probably for good reason. We've been together for 2 years, and
I've never told you my first kiss story.
The fact that we've been together this long and you haven't told me.
I have two.
Tells me I probably don't want to know.
I have two first kiss stories.
All right, let's hear it.
One, it like doesn't count, but I think like it doesn't count. I don't consider it counting, but
why do I do this to myself? I go from
I was a freshman in high school. I think I was like 15, and somebody threw like a little party, like a very, very innocent party, no alcohol, no nothing. Very innocent party, and for some reason...
We went to a private Catholic school, so...
And for some reason, someone was like, oh my god, let's play Spin the Bottle. So we played Spin the Bottle, and I'm not going to say his name, but yeah, I spun the bottle, and the bottle was sideways, and I kissed this guy. But it was like, I don't even consider it a kiss. It was like a peck. It was like a, give me your, go like this. It was like a...
I think we all know what peck means. I didn't need to be bruised by your nose. Your nose made contact with me before the lip.
It was a peck. It was a peck. Okay, and then the second one...
Whore!
Jack.
More than one boy in the same lifetime? What? Like I said, private Catholic school.
The second one was my actual boyfriend. I was 16, and my birthday was a week before his, so I turned 16 a week before him. And I picked him up. I drove him to like a football game or something, and then I drove him home.
Don't focus on me. Focus on
And
the
then
video.
I drove him home, and I was dropping him off at his house, and right before he got out of the car, it was so awkward. It was so awkward. He just leaned over. I wasn't expecting it at all. He just leaned over and did a quick little peck. And that was my first kiss story. And it was so bad.
Okay.
It was so bad.
That was so boring, I don't even want to ask about it. What's the next one?
Next one
See, guys, I'm looking out for you, because I feel like every couple that does this type of shit, they'll title it like they're going to go in detail into their deepest, darkest fetishes.
We'll get there eventually.
Okay. But
you look kind of cute in those.
JC, I'm a cold-blooded predator killer.
So the second one is my first period story time. Okay, I started my period when I was really young. I was an early bloomer. I think I was like 10 or 11. And I'm going to sound crazy when I say
10
this.
or 11?
I was so young. But I'm going to sound crazy when I say this, but I think I had like a sixth sense, and I knew I was going to start my period.
Bullshit.
No, I'm serious. So,
I don't believe that.
No, I'm dead serious. Maybe I had just recently like been given the talk, or like been given that like how to be a woman book, you know, but I like
at 10.
10, yes.
Okay.
Like the week before, I was like practicing putting on pads and putting in tampons and stuff. I swear to God, this sounds like I'm making it up. And I read somewhere that you crave chocolate whenever you're about to start your period for the first time. And I was eating chocolate so much. And then one day I woke up, looked down, and I had started my period. So I went to my mom's room, I grabbed a pad, and then she came home and I was like, Mom, I started my period. And she was like, okay, cool. And then we just went to Walmart and bought me like pads.
Boring.
But I swear, people like to hear about this stuff.
Yeah, but there's a reason that they want to hear it because they assume that you're going to make it interesting.
Well,
Otherwise,
we'll get
why
there.
put the camera in
We'll
your face?
get there. We'll get there.
Fuck,
We're
I hope
leading
so.
up to it.
Even I'm bored,
We're
and I'm
leading
pretty
up to
easily
it.
entertained. But I feel like this is what every couple does. The thumbnail and the title suggests they're going to talk about their deepest, darkest fetishes.
We're gonna get there, Jack.
And I mean, just the most disgusting things you could never possibly imagine with your own tongue. And all of a sudden, it's like, my first kiss. And these people are like 25 years old.
We're gonna get there.
Okay, babe. Can we get there a little quicker?
We're gonna get there.
Than you clearly intended for us to?
Oh my God.
All right,
Okay.
let's go. Come on.
So the second one is any embarrassing period story times. So this was actually so... Oh my God, I know what you're talking about. I totally forgot
That one's
about
too
that.
far.
That is too far. We're not going to say that.
Yeah, even for my standards, that is too far.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Okay, that is the most embarrassing, but we're not going to say that on the internet.
Okay. Do you think we ever would, potentially?
Maybe if...
I feel like that's... Turns out the ghost wants to hear it too, but guess what? The ghost was probably there. That's probably why he wants to hear it. He was watching it happen, which just is disgusting. If there's ever a ghost in your house, get naked and start wanking it.
He does that sometimes. If
when she can't spend the night or something or whatever, I get scared. Okay? And when my parents were going through their divorce, I let my dog stay with my dad so he wasn't like lonely, which in turn made me lonely because sometimes she'd be too busy with school to spend the night. At least that's what she'd tell me, right? But nonetheless, I'm alone. And the fridge is making all kinds of noises fridge shouldn't make, right? All kinds of things are going on. So I just get naked and start cranking it out. Solely for the sole purpose
that's the only reason.
Defending myself from ghosts.
No, sometimes...
Because no ghost is just going to sit there and watch you and wait for you to be done to fuck with you. And also, even if he does, you're probably not going to notice or care because you've got better things to do than those 2 minutes of glory.
If we hear scary noises, Jack's like, I know how to scare the ghost off, and he'll pull his pants down and spread his butt cheeks.
Next. What's the next one?
Embarrassing period story time.
Go.
I have one. I don't know how old I was. I was probably like 13 or so. I played basketball growing up, you guys, and I know that seems really surprising because I'm like 5 foot, but I played basketball, and it was a day where we were wearing our white uniforms. And I remember I was sitting on the bench and the coach was like, okay, JC, go in. And I got up and one of our assistant coaches, who was a girl, was like, oh my God, JC, come sit back down. And apparently I had a huge red blood stain on the back of my like white shorts. So I had to run real quick to the bathroom, and then some woman brought her the other set of uniforms for their daughter, which was darker shorts. So I had to put on dark shorts, and someone gave me a tampon, but I had never used a tampon before. So I just had to shove it up there, not knowing if it worked or not knowing like what I was doing. And yeah, I bled all over my white shorts, and it was like this whole big ordeal, and everyone knew, all the parents knew, which was what was so embarrassing. I was like, oh my God, all the dads and all the brothers and sisters know I like started my period, because like obviously word gets around if a girl like gets up and runs to the bathroom in the middle of a basketball game. Everyone's like, oh my God, what happened? So yeah, I was really embarrassed.
You told that really well. That was from start to finish, like clear,
Really?
Not too much detail, but just enough to follow along, and it was over within.
Oh my God,
You had
really?
my attention the whole time. That's probably the longest time I've ever gone.
I'm such a dog shit storyteller.
Without cutting someone off in my entire YouTube career. So,
Oh
yeah,
my God.
Level bump it, baby.
Wait, was that actually that good?
Yeah. It was pretty good. I liked it. I was thoroughly entertained.
The next one, are you on birth control? I am on birth control. So I've tried a lot of different birth controls. I am not one, so there are different birth controls. I'm not one to be able to take the pill. I won't remember. I tried it for a little bit, but
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
This is a hypothesis I have that I'm almost certain will be confirmed in the future, right? And you can tell me if this is like something that would upset people. Okay. but I have a hypothesis, and this also applies to SSRIs, antidepressants. I have a thought that when you start dating someone and you take these, one or the other, perhaps even both, especially if you take both, I feel like just obviously since it changes the way that you want to have sex, have kids, and it also changes what makes you feel, what you're happy with. I feel like oftentimes people get themselves in relationships and then they'll switch pills, switch medications, or both, or get off of them, and all of a sudden they find themselves not liking the person that they're with because they changed chemically in a way that they're not used to. Like they become, like usually when you're on like an SSRI, you're more complacent, and then all of a sudden you get off the SSRI, perhaps you get off the birth control and you're more hormonal, you're more like intensely like sexual or like desiring. And all of a sudden, you're like, wait, my boyfriend's a fucking bum, and it was harder to tell until after I was, like, clear-headed.
I mean, that's a possibility.
I don't want to get into it. That's just a thought I have. That's just a thought I have. Comment down below if you've experienced anything like that or you've heard of anyone. Because I seriously think that this happens to people, and, like, no one seems to talk about it.
So my first birth control ever was the pill, and I kind of liked it, but I just have the worst memory ever, and I couldn't remember to take a pill every single day, so I was like, not for me. So then I wanted one that was like more permanent, like one I wouldn't really have to think about. So I got the arm bar, which is basically, like, you see the scar right there?
Yeah, I'd feel it. It used when it was still in her. You could feel it, and it it didn't feel right.
Yeah, it's basically an arm bar that they put underneath your skin right here, and it just releases hormones over time. And then it made me bleed every single day for 6 months, and I was like, don't want to deal with that. So now I am on the shot. It's called the Depot shot, and it's basically a shot that gets put in your butt, and it hurts so bad. I've only had one, and you go back every 3 months to get it, but I don't know if I really like it. I've been bleeding for like a month and a half now, so don't know if I'm gonna go back. Don't know if I'm gonna get the second shot, which is in a few weeks. So yeah. I don't know.
Is that not ridiculous? Like, can you guys? I've been mixing and matching, seeing what I like. You know, this one they have to inject it into my asshole, hurts like hell. This one they literally insert a metal rod. Seems like I got abducted by fucking aliens. See, it's right here. Okay, see the scar, or I get the pill, which only works like 80% of the time. Like, and then I suggest like maybe this kind of fucks with people's heads a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like that just made me certain. If something can make your vagina bleed for 6 fucking months, okay, it can probably fuck with your head a little bit.
Yeah, no, it definitely. When I first got the shot, I was so emotional. I don't know if it was because of that or because I just started nursing school, but I would just come over and start crying for no reason. Do you remember that period? It was like a 3-week-long period where I just cried every single day.
Every time I showed her my cock, every time. Instant tears. Fucking sucked. But it was good for thumbnails. If we were trying to get like a thumbnail and she couldn't like do it, I just, JC, oh God! Why? Why remind me? And then we get a thumbnail.
Okay, the second one is, do you still want a boob job? Guys, yes I do. Now listen, I said that I wanted one about like a year and a half ago, and I scheduled my appointment and everything, was super excited, and then the morning before my appointment, my consultation, I pussied out. I was like, I'm too nervous, I don't know if I actually want this, blah, 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 so I just didn't go. But
damn it.
But I actually thought about it for a little bit, and I actually rescheduled my consultation like 2 days ago. So June 2nd, I'm getting a consultation. I'm almost positive. I mean, we'll see what he has to say, but I can't imagine he'll say something that like really turns me off. So I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it. So to answer your question, yes, I do still want a boob job.
Another thing is, you got a sponsorship, so you could afford it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to get boob jobs when you can't afford them,
well,
but it seems like when you can, it's easier.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean, I have the money, so why not?
Oh, well, shit. I'm sorry.
Oh
Let
my
me
God,
go take me and my poverty elsewhere.
Did that sound
Shit.
like such an asshole thing to say? Did I sound so pretentious when I just said that?
I mean, not to me, but like, I'm just assuming there's someone out there.
I'm sorry. Okay. Next one. Does sex hurt for the first time? Yes and no. So, okay. For me personally, sex only hurts if you're not like lubricated enough, and that still applies today, but the first time I had sex wasn't going on down there, and it did hurt a little bit.
He didn't have the Justin Bieber hair.
No, I did bleed the first time I had sex, but it didn't hurt that bad. But after that, it's fine as long as you're like lubricated down there.
Yeah.
So yes and no.
I'm not chiming in on this one. I'm not.
That's all I have to say. Yes, but if you're not lubricated, but no if you like, especially if you like know the person really, really well, then the chances of it hurting really bad is probably no.
It's very similar to like saying, yeah, the car will run, but you need gas.
Okay, second
Fuck that
one
question.
is a lot of people ask
like that
how to put in a tampon. So we're gonna demonstrate it right now. I have a tampon.
Here we go. Got him.
Your hand is gonna be a vagina.
Usually is.
Tampon. So I take it out, I just push it out.
Oh, so this is what Leia keeps getting her hands on.
Yeah, I keep leaving my dirty tampons in the trash can and the dogs keep getting at it.
Yeah.
So Jack texts me every single day and is like, stop leaving your dirty tampons in the trash can because then I have to pick it up.
Yeah, so if the next video is we broke up, you don't even need to watch it because you'll know why.
Okay.
She left one of those out again.
Your hand is the vagina. Make it like that so you can't. Actually, no, do that.
I've just never seen one in real life, so I'm having a hard time here.
It's really, really simple. So let's get an up close view. Come on.
I feel like everyone that needs to know this would already know, and now we're just
you'd be
sort
surprised.
of people are just making fun of us.
So I'm gonna be, because the vagina's longer than that. So you push it in, and then you take this little thing right here, and you push it out. Like that.
Oh!
And then
You get this giant ass sperm.
And then leave it. Put your hand closed again.
Okay.
And then when you want to take it out, the string's out, you just pull it out. Did you see it go like that? You just pull it out. The last question is, first time with each other. What was it like?
What was it like?
Yeah, do you remember it? It was super casual.
I don't remember the during or after really, but I remember the before.
What was the before?
We just hung out.
Yeah, it wasn't anything like super
Whoa,
special.
that's bullshit. I was giving you an opportunity to like chime in, not admit that it was really uneventful. That fucking sucked.
We had just started dating.
Why am I holding this sperm like a fucking cigarette?
We had just started
I
dating, and yeah, I just came over and we watched a movie.
The first time we hung out, she told me explicitly, "We are not fucking."
Yes, because we weren't dating yet.
Yeah.
And I literally was like, no, we're not having sex. I'm sorry. We're not doing that.
I do remember that too.
And we didn't.
All right, wait. First time. You say what you want to say, and then I'll chime in off that.
It was really awesome and great. I just came over. We hung out for a little bit, and it just like happened. I'm pretty sure we were watching Castlevania. No, we were playing Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Guys, if you ever want to know how to turn a girl on, show her your house in Animal Crossing, and it just becomes a fucking geyser.
And we just, it just happened.
Just tell them about how you got dicked down by a fucking 10 out of 10 stud, because his house in Animal Crossing, you know, it's self-explanatory to a sense. Like, they already know what's going on.
I'm nervous.
Okay, we liked each other, right? And it was pretty much instant. And I want to explain this thoroughly, or give a little context. I had known of her. She was like my sister's best friend, or at least one of them. And at least that's what I thought at the time, or I knew at the time. And then her friends knew all my friends. I knew all her friends. You know, we went to the same high school. So like there was no baggage or like anything that would get in the way from us going from just like we went 0 to 100 immediately. There was no talking phase.
There was no talking
like,
phase.
Within 2 weeks, she was already like living with me.
Yeah, it was very. There was nothing about him that made me think red flag, scary. No, maybe I should stay away. It was like instant. I was like, okay, this is a great guy. I want to date this guy. It was it was pretty instant.
Yeah, so anyways, we're hanging out, and it wasn't the first or the second, or I don't know how many times we had hung out, but then we're laying down, and I started kissing her or something like that. Actually, no, yeah, I started kissing her while we're playing Animal Crossing. So I want to make sure everyone understands that implies that while this all went down, the Animal Crossing soundtrack was playing in the background.
Oh
so
my
I
god,
want you to
know what else
imagine
happened?
what?
After we were done, we were at the museum. After we were done. Oh, wait, no. In the middle of it, I accidentally...
The museum in the game of Animal
In
Crossing.
the... Yeah. Sorry, I didn't specify. I clicked on the remote in the middle of it, and the Animal Crossing people started talking. So imagine in the middle of doing it, you hear...
That's how the Animal Crossing characters talk. You have to understand that most people don't understand that. So that's how the Animal Crossing... So it kind of freaked me out.
Yeah.
I felt like some foreigner was like in my 4th story window trying to sell me something. It was very odd. And I was like, hey man, you can't join. You can watch, but you can't join. And so yeah, I started kissing her. We started doing it. And that's when I realized your body is very proportionate. That was a concern of mine. I'm not gonna lie. I was concerned because you were like tiny.
Yeah.
And like I like, you know, a little bit of curvature. I don't think anyone is surprised by that. I've made plenty of jokes in the past. And when we had sex, I discovered that like it's more so proportion that I'm into and like femininity. And she was very like pretty to look at. And so that was like a huge relief. I'm not gonna lie, like an asshole relief of mine was like...
Yeah, you're such an asshole.
Alright, she's very pretty from behind. It was awesome.
Ew.
I'm just being dead fucking serious. Like, that's literally what I remember. I was like, okay, that like is relieving and like, cool, I'm glad I can do this. I can work with this.
It was great
That was
on my
literally what it
end.
was.
I mean, I kind of blacked out, if I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I do that.
Alright, we should clarify that. What the fuck do you mean
Not
black
like
out?
alcohol, not from alcohol. Like, you know, sometimes, you know, when you like take a test or like you do something and everything, you kind of just like forget it.
We can find better ways to word that than, yeah, he was fucking me and I blacked out.
No, you know when you just like are in the middle of something kind of intense and you just kind of forget it? Like, after I take a test and everyone's like, oh my god, what was on the test? I'm like, I don't know, I just blacked out. It was kind of one of those things. But I just do remember that it was great. All I remember.
I just remember the Animal Crossing and the understanding that thank goodness she looks really good.
I do remember Animal Crossing.
That was what I remember.
But then when we were done, the Animal Crossing museum guy says, he says, have a great day, come back later, or something. Oh my god, what does he say?
I don't care.
Okay. I just thought it was funny.
She really wants you all to know that we play Animal Crossing.
Well, I just remember that part, and I remember it being.
That's one of those
funny.
things that's funny to us, but not to them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's
true.
an example. That's why I try to
That's
explain to
true.
JC sometimes. I'm like, you might think it's funny, but when you film the TikTok, you have to be able to say, wait, no, it's not funny.
See,
we do that a lot.
I just assume that everyone has a really stupid sense of humor like me. I have a really stupid sense of humor.
No, wrong. Sorry. Anyway, are we done?
I think we're done, yeah.
Thank you so much for what?
Thank you so much for watching. Do we have an outro?
No.
Should we just make out at the end of every single video?
No, because it's inevitable that one day we are like in like a wild animal safari, all sweaty, and like you've just kissed a giraffe, and I'm not gonna want to have any part in that. So anyways, guys, peace out.